Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good day to all of you. This is a video for the lecture number one, which is engineering design process or introduction to engineering design process. Okay, so let's go through on it. Okay, so in terms of design, what does it mean? Design is a process of conceiving or inventing ideas mentally and communicating this idea to others in a form that easily to understood. And of course you need to use that to express your idea. Okay, sometimes you if you have some design in your mind but you try to explain to other people, so it's very hard by just talking to them. So what you need to do is you do some diagram, or you just start with some sketch, and you can share the idea with other people. Okay, and then along the process you have a product or process of development, okay, where you want to share with other people how the process will last to involve a certain design, okay, what type of machinery that you want to use and what type of tools that it involves to produce a certain component or compartment. Okay, and this is where we are covering throughout the semester on our subject, which is engineering graphics, where in terms of design there are two types of design, which is in terms of production and process, and the other one is personal expression, which is more on artistic value. Okay, right, and also on the abstract points of view, where this is not covered by us, the engineering students. Okay, this is more on the fine art student. Okay, maybe they will put more on the emphasis on the abstraction points of view. And what we are more concerned is about the product process, which is the development of technical. And somehow, even though this is about engineering drawing, but some of them we need to have the some aesthetic value, okay, to attract people how to buy our products. And of course, throughout the cycle, we need to have the certain process. Okay, and then engineering design, where it's involve a creative, a problem solving process that use knowledge, sources, and existing product to create new goods and process. So this is where our role comes as an engineer. Okay, you are going to find a solution. Okay, you are going to find an idea how to solve a certain problem or issue. That is where engineers come. Okay, and then we can divide it into two broad categories, which is product system and system design. Okay, and engineering design involves a process and a product, which is a process is a series of continuous action ending up in a particular result. So there will be a certain outcome at the end of the process, and the outcome is called a product, okay, which is a result of the process. And aesthetic design is concerned with the look and feel of a product, and a functional design is function means that a produce process form that related directly to the purpose of that product. And the product design is a process you to create a new product, such as a new automobile model. It's a complex activity that includes market, production, sales, service, function, and profit analysis used to produce a product. So this is involve many people, many department in a company or in organization, where you need to see the success of the product. And then the system design process you to create a new system or process, which is a system is an orderly arrangement and of parts that are combined to serve one general function. And this is where the traditional engineering process, where first you start with a problem identification, and after it been identified, then you go for the preliminary ideas how you are going to attempt the solution, and then you go some refinement. Okay, and after that you start to do analysis, and you documentate what you already done, and you execute the action or the plan. Okay, sometimes you need to reverse back, and this is where you do the iteration process. Okay, you need to return back certain process to refine back. Okay, and the traditional is a linear approach divided into several steps. So you have, let's say you have a several step like step 1, 2, 3 and 7, but in the midway of the step, let's say you have some problem in step number 3 or 4, then it become a broken. Okay, then the product will not come out, okay, which is a failed one. And the design process moves through each step in a sequential manner. And if a problem are encountered, the process may return into previous step, and the repetitive action is called iteration and looping. And this is where the modern approach of engineering design, where you do the concurrent engineering, actually it can be do simultaneously, and you need to involve with many people. Okay, but it can be categorized into three major things, which is ideation, refinement, and implementation, where the overlapping of these three major process is considered as the 3D model. And the concurrent engineering design is a non-linear team approach, and every idea are interpolated and CAD, okay, which is computer aided design, or sometimes it's called CAE, computer aided engineering. It's a database is the common thread of the information between each area, and the engineering design process consists of three overlapping areas, which is ideation, refinement, and implementation. And the design team can be consist of many people, okay, and of course the more complex of the project and the more people that you need, and of course it will increase the number of design process according to the complexity of the project. And this is some of the team members of that you might face, okay, if you involve into certain engineering design people, okay, or in certain engineering design project, where you don't just do meet the engineer, but you might meet with the certain department like financial, okay, marketing, and so on. And this is the product design. Not all design are totally new design. Sometimes the design projects are grouped as modification. Let's say this is a main model of a Honda car, a Honda Civic, and then you do some modification. It's called a modified. Okay, let's say this is in terms of the PlayStation console, where you start with an original PS3, and then you go improvement of PS3, and then you go to the PS3 Super Slim. Enter the core. The graphic system are same throughout the PS3 system, but maybe there is an improvement in terms of the internal hard disk, the sizing, the cooling system, and so on. But when it comes from PS3 to PS4, there will become the new model, where there is totally a new engine, a new processor chip, and a new approach, okay, of the gaming system. Alright, in terms of designing, whatever you need to do, you need to have the notebook where you need to jot down all your ideas and how you do the process. So this is be documented, and of the notebook, it must be certified by a legal person. For example, maybe the chartered engineer, where it shows that the works is have been carried out by you, so that it claims that the originality is from you, okay. And this is some of the sample engineering design where it's been done by the previous student. Okay, so that's all for the introduction to the engineering design. Okay, this is very short chapter, but this is how it gives you an overview of throughout this semester how you are going to learn it. Okay, so this is a part of knowledge that you need to have as a mechanical engineer. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much, and see you in class.